Hey YouTube family, what's going on? And those of you who are new, I am Priestess Ishtar, and we are going to get into the goddess energy updates. I will be leaving timestamps as this video today is going to have different updates, okay? So my dog in the background is already sleeping, which is telling me that we are already heading into the celestials. I don't want to take a lot of time. If you want to learn more about me, everything that you need is in the description. So let's get in. Global updates. I had some channel messages that have nothing to do with the cards, and I just want to get into them. I wrote them down, but I don't have access to my notes, so I'm just going to go off of what I remember. The first thing is the first message was about cybernetics. Okay, so there is a movement of cybernetics where right now, okay, so in 2020 when everything occurred, right, we were asleep, and right now I'm looking into the sky and it's almost like there's a sleeping dragon outline. It's a huge, I don't know if it's just like a strumbus, Columbus, I don't know about the cloud, all the clouds names, but there's a huge cloud that's extended upon. So it's almost like this cloud is like casting like a foreshadow, and it's almost like this cloud is asleep, or like this cloud is sleeping. And if that cloud moves just a little bit and you can see like kind of the light break through, it's introducing new light into our lives. So that's the first thing that we're learning. We're learning that the clouds, and I'm just saying hello to the police officer because they're like scoping out the scene, but we're learning that these clouds are moving away from our life, or that these clouds are going to start to break and give us clearance to sight that we didn't have for a long time. So the first thing that I wanted to point out, everybody, is your intuition right now is your protection. Your intuition is your protection. Your intuition, as you are learning, many of you, your intuition is growing on its own, and you're like, did I just read somebody's mind? Did I just hear what I just thought? Or are my thoughts, like something about your thoughts, and this is in particular our telekinetic abilities, our thoughts are growing, our thoughts are developing, our thoughts are becoming more psychic when we are conversing with others and we're conversing with the world around us. For those of you who have pets, I have been practicing using my telekinesis with my pet. I will ask him, hey, do you mind? No, but I will see if he can understand commands that I'm giving him, or requests, or just things that I want him to do through my mind. And a lot of times it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So this is a gift that I'm trying to develop. So many of you have these psychic gifts and these psychic abilities that are starting to warm up in your body. They're starting to develop, and they're starting to come into that was an important breath that somebody needed to take another one with me. Okay, and these gifts, that's what it is. We need to breathe through it. Many of you are storing anxiety or just anxious feeling nerves or anxious feeling in your body. You're storing it and it's just staying in your body. And it's important that we channel this energy, because the energy is really, it's making us excited. It's making us want to do things. It's making us want to connect with others through our gifts. You have these gifts, and you have all of these artistic abilities that are starting to be activated, but we're not realizing that that's connected to our psyche. These fires that are occurring on the planet are also in connection to our psyche. We are going through a period where the Earth's Kundalini is activating to purify and to restore. The fires that are also occurring are also fires that are related to, there are things that are trying to be destroyed, and there's evidence that's trying to be destroyed. I did hear this from another channel. His name is The Original Master. New channel, love him. The Original Master, right? And he had mentioned something on one of his divinations, that he said that the fires that are happening are destroying like evidence from celebrities, etc., etc. I can see that being something that's happening. When I tapped into that with spirits, my spirit confirmed, yes, that is happening. Also, what is happening is that there is fires. The fires are from alien invasion that's occurring. There's alien destruction that is happening in certain areas where the East Coast, literally I shouldn't give that away, but very close to where I am, there were drones that were apparent. And I do have some videos of some of the drones and things that I've seen that I will post eventually on my Instagram. So I think that you should definitely be joining me on Instagram as well. But there are these things occurring, and that will continue to occur globally. And in particular, it will start to happen in the Americas, I'm being told. The Americas are being not targeted, but we are one of the first major world powers, because you have China, you have the US, you have Russia, and you have other countries as well, England, etc. But we are the first world power in which the extraterrestrial contact, which they're not so extraterrestrial, we're extraterrestrials, right? Because to be extraterrestrial means to live or to be from outside of the planet. And if we are stardust and made of that stardust material, then we are outside of this planet. But these beings, I will call them, they come from the water, they come from the caves, they come from the mountains, they come from every which where Okay, I'm hearing a different message. These beings are activating, or they're showing themselves now, because it is their time as well, with the return of Nibiru, or the return of Planet X, or the return of the Anunnaki, who are present. They are already here. They've been here for a while. Some of you have been dreaming about seeing their spaceships. I have had several dreams about their spaceships, and it's not a dream. I don't even want to say it's a dream. You're just in that realm where you can see them, because you cannot see the Anunnaki and you cannot see the spaceships through the waking eye. So there, essentially what I'm saying is there's a lot of alien activity that will come across as a natural disaster. It will come across as a tsunami, but in the movie Godzilla, the tsunamis were tsunamis to Japan, but motherfuckers knew it was Godzilla. So there will be things that will continue to occur that will appear as if it is a natural disaster. It is not always a natural disaster. Sometimes it's just it's damage control. It's governmental damage control. It's political damage control. It's to make sure that we are not waking up too soon to the realities, because if so, anarchy and pandemonium and mayhem will occur, and the powers that be need to continue to keep things under control here. Another channel message that I had gotten is for those of you who are readers. Right now it is recruitment season, okay? They are recruiting. Who? The governments, the powers that be, the governmental forces, and every government has its running, every government mega power has its own running body. So Russia has its own, US has its own, China has its own, where they are scouting for the most psychic beings that are out there. So right now you'll probably notice that there are so many YouTube channels that are on tarot. Everybody, their mother, their grandmother, their great grandmother is a tarot reader these days. Have you noticed? Or is it just me? And I'm like, damn, everybody's reading tarot. Everybody. So it's like there's a lot of readers, and this is great because it's like, oh, we're waking up, we're awakening, but this is also not so great. So first, to the warning to those of you who don't read and get your readings done, don't tune and tap yourself into everybody's energy. Don't allow every reader to have access to your energy. You think you're just on YouTube and motherfuckers picking up on on what you thought, or maybe they don't always pick up on it. Maybe they do. But you have a cord. You have an energetic cord. Take a spiritual bath. Download my free spiritual bath recipe. Absolutely miraculous. Absolutely chef's kiss. Okay, download my free spiritual bath. It's in the description. Okay, you can find it also from my business card, which is also in the description. You need to cleanse yourself and remove those energetic cords. You should be doing this on a weekly basis anyway, as a watcher, as a viewer of readings. Okay, even if you get readings done, you don't want your energetic cords staying tied and tethered to individuals, especially individuals you don't know because they're just on YouTube, even though you feel like you may know them. You don't know them. You don't know what she do. You don't know you don't know if they clean their ass in the morning or not. If you don't know. So that's number one for the viewer. For those who are the readers, if you actually do readings yourself, you maybe start to getting contacted. You may start to be getting contacted by individuals who are scouting 1111 on my timer. As I say that, I'm going to edit this video so it won't end up at that time, but 1111 on the timer. You're going to start to get scouted. They're going to start to scout for psychic power beings, confirmation burp, psychic powerful beings that are going to help My angels are telling me to calm down. Calm down the energy, because it's coming too fast and I cannot articulate it. They're going to be scouting for psychic, powerful beings that can help and be recruited into certain government sectors that I don't know what they're going to use for, but whatever political agendas that they have, some of it will be warfare, some of it will be to observe others. So let's look into the messages directly from the goddesses, now that we've kind of chit-chatted and all that. And goddesses, please speak through me. What messages do you have for the collective right now? What is the dominant? I have the goddess card out. The first card that we have out is Una, which is easy does it. Una, easy does it. And that's what I was feeling earlier. I feel that many of us need to just take some time to breathe. And Ona is really making me feel like there's no rush. And as you can see with that beautiful energy that's being channeled down into us from Ona, that energy is going to make it into us no matter what. That's my dog, everybody. You see him? That's Pork Chop. Say hi, Pork Chop. Ona being the first card out is making me feel that there's a lot of work that we need to do, or that you might be feeling that you need to do, but it's time to be calm. It's time to relax. We have out Ona. We have out Sekhmet with Be Strong. We have out Ostara, Fertility. And then we have our Green Tara with Delegating. This message is making me feel that many of you right now are working really hard on something. You're working really hard on yourself. You're working really hard on making a certain transition in your life. This transition could be I'm busting my ass at work, or this transition could be I'm really like working on getting my YouTube channel out, or this transition could be I'm really working on putting out this book, or I'm really working on losing this weight, or I'm really working on my mentality. I'm really working on breaking this addiction. I'm really working on not texting this person. There's something that many of you are really working on right now. Like you're really working on it. And the goddesses are like, easy does it. You're doing a lot. Allow me to do some. And you might be saying, well, that's easier said than done. And what the heck do you mean by like, easy does it, allow me to do some? This is about the mental labor that you are putting into this and contributing to this as well. Many of you are only approaching things through your masculine energy, where you're doing the work, you're putting in the hours, you're staying up late, but you're not allowing the feminine energy to align with you as well. You're not allowing that feminine intuition to relax and to recharge. There are some messages that are just beating in my head over and over and over and over again, and I had to give it to you. Many of us are, I don't know if you're noticing, but there are a lot of YouTube channels where they're starting to read tarot. So there's a lot of new tarot readers. There's a lot of new spiritual kind of speakers, I'll call them, or spiritual teachers in their own like respective fields of spiritual or esoteric subjects. And some of them are real and some of them are deep fakes. Okay, what is happening right now is two things. What I channeled is that on a global governmental and also on the singular or isolated governmental levels, the new government, the new world power is trying to find those powerful psychic beings out there in the world. So right now YouTube is pushing those channels. They're pushing that content. They're pushing those astrology readers. They're pushing those horoscope. They're pushing all of us tarot readers. They're pushing a lot of oracle readers. Not all of them, but they're pushing. And they're pushing those channels to the forefront because it is helping the governmental forces to identify who is real and who is not real for two reasons. One of the reasons is for recruitment. So for those of you who actually do readings on your own, you might start to get contacted by people in the government that want to have you work on a special project, etc., etc. This could be something that leads to the ultimate extinction or extraction of psychic beings, and or it could help, or it could be used in a way where you will be used for, as you will become a weaponized force. Okay, you will become a weaponized tool for the government to use against others. So that was another channeled message that I got. Outside from that, also I'm hearing, hold on, I just want to say that this message has been very difficult for me to record and get out. I am being blocked. right now. So I just want to return to sender that energy that is trying to block me so that I can only channel messages rooted in divine love, wisdom, and truth. Okay, that's the other thing. The recruitment, or to identify those special beings or those psychic beings, those of us who are out there that read or have abilities. Another thing that is being done is to identify you, to exterminate you. And I don't mean that to scare you, but it could be in different ways. It might be to attack you through spiritual warfare. It could be to attack you directly. It could be to attack you through your finances. It could be to attack you through gang stalking. But it will be means done to discourage you from putting out your content and from tapping deeper into your gifts, because our gifts are growing. I'm hearing telepathy. Your telepathy gift is growing. All of us, not just the readers. But if you're a reader, a channeler, a diviner already, you've already stepped actively into that realm of your own magic. You are accepting your role as the magi. So for you, you're going to be a little bit ahead of the game. But for those of us who, not us, but those individuals, I should say, who have not started tapping in, you're going to also start to develop psychic abilities. You'll notice it through synchronicities that are audio. You'll hear something over, like, I just heard that on the TV, and then on this ad, and then I just heard somebody yell that shit outside. Whoa, what's going on? That's how it's going to feel. Another thing that is happening is telekinesis, okay? Telekineticism. Being able to move and control things with your mind or with the energy force that is within your auric field, within your body. Some of you are already doing this. Be mindful of what you post and who you tell, because they are watching. I am getting a vision of some individuals who have been taken, and I don't mean to be, this is a very dark message, and I promise it's not really dark. It's reality, and we need to know. We cannot be scared. We have to learn to use our powers to fight. That have been taken. Some individuals may have been just taken underground, okay? Taken underground and put into these experiment or study labs. So don't be so quick to tell the world on a universal or public platform your abilities and what you're doing and what you're working on. Have some discernment and some silence, because that's how a real G moves anyway. And by G, we mean goddess or God. All right? So that is kind of like a forewarning from the goddesses that I've been hearing. The second thing is Westworld. Westworld. Those of you who've seen the show on HBO. Those of you who have not, Westworld is essentially a show about a a robotic world that appears absolutely real, and the individuals, like, it's for wealthy people who want to have an interactive experience with real life people, but it's not real. So you can kill them, you can do mean things, but it doesn't matter because they're just AI programming and robots. It's not programming just visual. It's about actual robots looking like real people, feeling like them, from sexually to not. What I was told about Westworld is how many of the celebrities that you're seeing on TV, that you're seeing online, that you're seeing in concert, how much of them are actually themselves? How many of these celebrities do you believe are actually still alive? And I don't mean to laugh like it's funny, because it's not. What's funny is the deep fakes that they're using to perpetrate certain celebrities in front of us to use for their campaigns. These celebrities or public figures, you'll even start to notice it with some of the popular YouTubers or TikTokers or whomever, social media influencers. At a point, they're no longer, okay, I'm hearing that they first enter a state of MK Ultra. MGK. First off, MGK's shit has been banging lately. I don't know if y'all heard some of his new rap, but that shit is tough. Speaking of MK Ultra, but first they'll enter a state of MK Ultra, and then after the MK Ultra, I don't know how exactly it works, so I can't speak in full detail. A lot of these clones are created to subjugate or to continue to put out the money that these brands or that these investors need to this artist. So a lot of the artists that you're looking at, they're not them. They're clones, or they're really advanced robotic programming that's being used to test our judgment, that's being used to test what we're able to notice, that's being used to test if we're able to tell before it's rolled out on a grander scale. That grander scale could be political, that grander scale could be systemic in your neighborhoods and societies, where your neighbor is not really your neighbor, they're just a robot program monitoring you. So this is one of the messages that I was hearing, and I'm curious to know if you've felt channels or downloads like this yourself, or if you've been hearing this from other readers, or if you've been feeling like this. But this plastic surgery that these people are getting, yeah, these plastic surgeons are getting better, and science is getting better, yeah, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We're learning more ways to stay younger, to stay healthier longer. Yes, not every celebrity is a clone or a robot. That would be absolutely, that would be a state of psychosis for me to say that I would be in. However, there are some that are not who they appear to be. And be careful to those of you who want to work with these celebrities, who want to work with these artists and influencers. Many of them are recruiting for sacrifices. They're recruiting to harness your energy. They're recruiting to eat on your energy. You could be a beautiful artistic person and they will see your work. And I saw a producer go live, very popular producer, used to work with Aaliyah. I will not say their name. And they went live and they were like, let me see the beats you got. Let me see the beats y'all got. Yeah, let me see y'all beats. And they were reviewing the beats. And they were saying, now you need to put more of this in there. Now you need to put more of that in there. Now that shit is tough. Work with me. Yeah, hit me up. But the whole time, all of these people who are like, oh, I'm going to show this person my beat. I'm going to show this mega star producer my beat. They don't realize that he eating on you, baby. They're feeding. They're feeding on your creative work. They're feeding on your energy. And they're feeding off of you right now. So the energy, the same, oh my gosh, I'm getting it. Ashe. The same way our abilities as light beings, and me, I'm also a shadow worker. So as a light shadow worker, the point that I'm trying to make for y'all is make sure that you're protecting your energy, protecting your projects. It is time to dethrone these celebrities. It is time to stop like The Emperor's New Clothes. How many of you know that book, The Emperor's New Clothes? I'll read it on here on this channel for y'all because I feel like many people need to know that book. They're going to need to harvest a little bit more on our light source. It's hot. I'm getting hot. That means I'm channeling. They're going to need to harvest more on your creativity because A, they need to stop you. What are you doing? You ain't supposed to be this magical. Not yet. You speeding up. I know the 6,000 year spell is over on humanity to keep us sleeping dormant. But damn, you ain't gonna wake up that soon into your incredible magical abilities. Not that soon. Pay attention to the propaganda that they're putting in front of us. Pay attention to the things that you're investing in and what you're giving your energy towards. I would really recommend spending more time with your own energy, investing in your own energy, meditating for yourself. I would recommend you spend more time. Hold on, let me fix my hat. You know what I'm saying? It's time that we spend more time in nature. It's time that you spend more time with your own intuition to develop it. Okay? I will be posting a video on how to develop your intuition. It's time that we spend more time with strengthening our own abilities and stop giving your energy to outside forces that are purposely trying to get your money, get your attention, and collect on your life force. I want to say thank you to the goddesses and thank you to that crone who just came and channeled that message. Let's get additional messages before we close out, shall we? Wow. So the first card out that we had was if I can get my words together, you know what I'm saying? Abundancia with prosperity. And we have Hathor with receptivity. What does that say to you? You are receiving prosperity. You are in the position right now where very soon prosperity is going to pour in. Prosperity is going to soon be pouring into you in great amounts. With this cornucopia horn, in great amounts, you will be flooded with blessings in different ways. As long as you stop fighting. As long as you allow love. And I didn't even see what's in here, what was on the bottom. But as long as you allow the inner goddess to be that guide. Remember that intuitive voice, that intuitive knowing, that intuitive understanding that I want you to come closer to this month. I would love it if you really became besties with your intuition. Like, lock that intuition in. Like, yo, I'm not going nowhere unless I know my bestie's going. Hold on. Hey, bestie, are we going? Intuition says, yes, we going. And that's how I know I'm going to do something. That's how much I would like for you to encourage, or like to encourage you to be tuned and tapped in and turned on, in the words of Abraham Hicks, to your intuition. Because it's time. It's time right now to celebrate, to get happy, to get ready, because the golden age is coming. I am Priestess Ishtar. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me. I am a sacred energy activator, and I can help you in just one session come into connection with your ancient energy. If that sounds like something you're into, work with me. Everything you need is in the description. Until next time.